Namaskar, NCERT Class 6 Discussion with all solution. Unit 1 Diversity, Chapter 1. Unit 1 Diversity. National Anthem of India. Janagana Manayadhin Hayaka Jaya Hai Bharata Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhi Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Chalati Taranga तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाये तब जब गाथा जनगण मंगल नायक जय है भारत भाग्य विधाता जय है जय है जय है जय 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 है. Translation of National Anthem. Thou art of the ruler of the minds of all people, dispenser of India's destiny. They name roses the hearts of the Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, of Dravida and Odisha and Bengal. It echoes in the hills of Vindhya and Himalaya, mingles in the music of Yamuna and Ganga, and is chanted by the waves of the Indian Sea. They pray for the blessing and sing, they praise the saving of all the people words in their hand. Though dispenser of India's destiny, victory, victory, victory to thee. Note: Janagana Mana was translated by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore from Bengali to English in February 1919 at Madanpalli in district of Chittor. Diversity understanding. Look around you in the classroom. Do you see anyone who looks exactly like you do? In this chapter, you will learn that people are different from each other in many ways. Not only do they look different, but they might also belong to different regional, cultural, or religious background. These differences enrich our lives in many ways and also makes them more fun. All these different people who comes from all kinds of background and belonging to all kinds of religion, culture help to make India so interesting and so diverse. What does diversity add to our lives? How did India become like this? Are all kinds of differences a part of diversity? Can diversity also be a part of unity? Read this chapter to find some answers. 3 children around your age have drawn the figure above. Use the empty box to draw your human figure. Is your drawing similar to any of the others? The chances are that your drawing is quite different from the other 3, which you can see are quite different from each other. This is because each one of us has a unique drawing style. We not only don't look exactly like each other, but also different in terms of language we speak, our culture, background, and religion ritual are observed. Of course, the way we draw. And screaming now, ask your teacher to help you check how many you have similar answer. Is there anyone whose list matches you exactly? Probably not, but many of you may have the similar answer. How many likes reading this same kind of books? How many different languages are spoken by the students in your class? By now, you must have recognized the many ways in which you are quite like some of your classmates and other way in which you are different from them. Fill out the following information about yourself. When I go out, I like wearing shirt, t-shirt, etc. At home, I speak in Hindi, whatever your mother tongue you may put here. Your favorite sports is like cricket, football, hockey, and etc. As per your favorite. I like reading books about autobiography, fiction, non-fiction, and etc. Making friends. Do you think it would be easy for you to take a friend with someone who was very different from you? Read the following story and think about this. I had meant it as a joke. A joke made up for a small boy who sold newspaper at the Janpat crossing at the busy intersection. Every time I cycled past, he would run after me, holding out the English paper and screaming out the evening headline in the mixture of Hindi and English words. This time I stopped by the pavement and asked for the Hindi paper. His mouth fell open. You mean you know Hindi? He asked. Of course, I said as I paid for the paper. Why? What did you think? He paused. But you look so angered. He said, you mean you can even read Hindi? Of course I can. I said this time a little impatiently. I can speak, read and write Hindi. Hindi is one of my subjects I study in school. Subjects? He asked. How could I explain what a subject was to someone who had never been to school? Well, it is something. I began, but the light changed and the honking behind me grew and hundredfold, and I let myself be pushed along with the rest of the traffic. The next day, he was there again, smiling at me and holding out a Hindi paper. Bhaiya, he said, आपका अखबार. अब बताइए ये सब्जेक्ट क्या चीज़ है? The English words sound strange on his tongue. It sounded like its other meaning in English, to be ruled by someone else. Oh, it's just something to study, I said. And then because the red light had come on, I asked him, have you ever been to school? Never, he answered, and he added proudly, I began the working when I was so high. He measured himself against my cycle and said, first my mother used to come with me, but I can't do it all alone. Where is your mother now? I asked, but then the light changed and I was off. I heard him yell from the somewhere behind me, she is the merit with the rest of drawn out. My name is Samir, he said the next day, and very shyly he asked, what's your? It was incredibly my bicycle oval. My name is Samir too. I said, what? His eyes lit up. Yes, I grinned at him. It's another name for Hanuman's father, you know. So now you are Samir Ek and I am Samir Do. He said gently and something like that. I answered and then I held out my hand and Hath Milao Samir Do. His hand nestled in mine like a little bird. I could still feel its warmth as I cycled away. The next day, he did not have his usual smile for me. There is a trouble in Meerut. He said many people are being killed there in a riot. I looked at the headline and communal rights. It is blazed. But Samir, I began. I am Muslim Samir. He said an answer. And all my people are in Meerut. His eyes filled with tears and when I touched his shoulder, he would not look up. He was not at the crossing the day after, neither the day after nor ever again. And no newspaper in English or Hindi can tell me where my Samir Do has gone. The light changed by Poili Sengupta. Name of the three ways in which Samir Ek and Samir Do were different. Samir Ek were belonging a educated family and Samir Do were even not going to school. Did you this difference prevent them from becoming friends? Answer is no, because they are communicated each other very politely and they are becoming friend easily. What is your opinion? Kindly share with our comment section. While Samir Ek is our more familiar with English and Samir Do speaks Hindi. Although they both are more at home in different languages, they still communicated with each other. They made the efforts to do so because this was what was important to them. Samir Ek and Samir Do also come from the different religion, culture, background. While Samir Ek is Hindu and Samir Do is Muslim, different religion, culture and background suggest these are the aspects of diversity. Make a list of the festival that might have been celebrated by two boys. Samir Ek celebrated like Holi, Diwali and etc. and Samir Do like Eid, Muharram and etc. Can you think of a situation in which you made a friend with someone who was very different from you? Write a short story that describes this. In addition to their diverse religion and cultural background, there are other ways in which Samir Ek and Samir Do are different from each other. For example, while Samir Ek goes to school, Samir Do sells newspaper. Discuss. Why do you think Samir Do did not attend the school? Because Samir Do's family belonging to very poor background. Do you think it have been easy for him to attend the school if he wanted to? Answer is no, because his family is not able to afford his school fees and other related expenses. In your opinion, is it in a fair situation that some children get to go to school and others don't? Kindly share your opinion. Samir Do did not have the opportunity to attend the school. Perhaps you have noticed that there are several people in the area where you lived who are poor and who do not have enough to eat and sometimes not even a place to live. This difference is not the same as the one we have seen earlier. Here we are talking not of different but inequality. Inequality comes about when a person does not have a resource and opportunity that are available to other person. The caste system is another example of inequality. According to this, society was divided into different groups depending upon the works that people did and they were supposed to remain in those groups. So if your parents were potters, you could only become a potter, nothing else. This system was considered irreversible and were not supposed to change your profession. It is not considered necessary for you to know anything more than what you need in your profession. This created a situation of inequality. You will read more about this and other inequality in the following chapter. What does the diversity added to our lives? Just like Samir Ek and Samir Do become the friends, you might have the friends who are very different from you. You have probably eaten different kinds of food in their homes, celebrated different festivals with them, and tried out the clothes they wear, and learned some their language as well as. Make a list of the food that you have eaten from the different parts of India. Make a list of the languages besides your mother tongue that you can speak at least one or two words. You probably like reading and hearing stories and adventures about different animals, peoples and even ghosts. Perhaps you even enjoy making up stories yourself. Many young people feel happy when they read a good story because it gives them lots of ideas to make up more stories. People who write the stories get their ideas from all the sorts of different places, from the books and real life and from their imagination. Some may have to live in a forest close to an animal and choose to write of their fights and friendship. Others read the real accounts of king and the queens and wrote the stories about the love and honor. Some deep into their own childhood and memories of school and friends and wrote the stories of adventures. Imagine if all the storytellers and writers that you have heard and read so far were forced to live in a place where all people wore the same two colors, red and white, ate the same food, maybe the potatoes, took care of the same two animals, for example the deer and the cat, and the entrained themselves played as snakes and ladders. What kind of stories do you think they would write? Imagine that you are a writer or an artist who lives in the place of described you above. Either write a story or draw a picture of your life here. Do you think you would enjoy the living in a place like this? List of the 5 different things that you would miss the most if you lived here. Diversity in India. India is the country of many of the diversity. We speak the different languages, have various types of food, celebrities, different festivals, practices, different religions. But actually, if you think about it, we do many things that are similar, except that we do not do them in different ways. How do we explain diversity? A little more than 200 years ago, or long before, the train, aeroplane, bus, or car became a part of our lives. People travel from one part of world to another parts in ships, on horse, on camels, or on foot. List at least 3 different ways in which people in India do the following. One of the possible answers: different ways in which people pray through the signing a hymn. Kindly fill up the blanks. Different ways in which people get married through signing a register in a court. Different way which people wear dress. In Manipuri, women wear a panek. Assamese women wear mekhela. And kindly share your opinion to our comment section. Different ways in which people greet each other. In Jharkhand, many Adivasis say Johar to greet each other. Different ways which people cook rice by making biryani with meat or vegetables. Fill in the blanks at your own. Often they went in search of a new land or new place to settle in, or for people to trade with, and because it took so long to travel, once they got a place, people stayed there. Often they long time. Many of others left their homes because of their famines and drought, and they could not get enough to eat. Some went to the source work, while the other left because there was a war. Sometimes, as they began to make their homes in the new places, people began to change a little, and at other of the times, they managed to do things in old ways. So their language, food, music, religion become a mix of the old and the new, and out of this intermixing of culture come something new and different. The history of many places shows us how many different culture influences have helped to shape life and culture there. Thus, region become very diverse because of their unique stories. Similarly, diversity is also comes about when people adapted their lives to the geographical area in which they live. For example, living near the sea is quite different from the living in the mountainous area. Not only do the people have different clothes, eating habits, but even the kinds of work they do are different. In cities, it is often easy to forget how closely people live or try to their physical surroundings. This because in the city, people seldom grow their own vegetables and grain. Instead, they depend on the market to buy all the food and other goods that they need. Let us try to understand what we mean when we say that historical and geographical factors influence the diversity of region. We can do this by reading about life in the 2 different parts of the country, Kerala and Ladakh. Look at the map in India in a atlas and look at the Kerala and Ladakh. Kerala is southern state and Ladakh is northern state. Can you list 3 ways in which the different geographical location of these 2 regions would influence the following: the food people eat, the clothes they wear, and the work they do? Here they shows the dry barren landscape of mountains of desert of Ladakh. Ladakh is a desert in the mountains in the east of Jammu and Kashmir. Very little agriculture is possible here since this region does not receive any rain and is covered in snow for the large parts of the year. There are very few trees that can grow in the region. For drinking water, people dependent on the melting snow during the summer months. People here keep the sheep and goats. The goats in this region are special because they produce pashmina wool. This wool is prized and pashmina shawls cost a lot of money. The people in Ladakh carefully collect the wool of the goats and sell these traders from Kashmir. Pashmina shawls are the chiefly woven in Kashmir. The people eat meat and milk products like cheese and butter. Each family owns the some of the goats, cows and dozos, yak cows. Being a desert did not mean that Ladakh did not attract its share of traders. It was considered a good trade route as it had many passes through which caravans traveled to what is today called Tibet. These caravans carried textile and spices, raw silk and carpets. Buddhism reached the Tibet via Ladakh. Ladakh is also called Little Tibet. Islam was introduced in this region more than 400 years ago, and there is a significant Muslim population here. Ladakh has a very rich oral tradition of song and poem. Local version of Tibetan national epic, the Kesar Saga, are performed and sung by the both Muslim and Buddhist. Kerala. Kerala is a state in the southwest corner of India. It is surrounded by sea on the side and hills on the other. A number of spices like pepper, cloves, cardamoms are grown on the hills. It is spices that made of this region an attractive places for traders. Jewish and Arab traders were the first to come here. The Apostle Christ and Saint Thomas is believed to be have come here nearly 2000 years ago, and he credited with the bringing the Christianity to India. Many Arab traders also come and settle down here. Ibn Battuta, who traveled here a little less than 700 years ago and wrote a travel in which he described the lives of Muslims and says that they were a highly respected community, and the Portuguese discovered the sea route to India from Europe when Vasco da Gama landed with his ship here. Because of all of these various historical influences, people in the Kerala practices of the different religions such as Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, and the fishing nets used here look exactly like of the Chinese fishing nets are called of Chinawala. Even the tencel used for frying is called of Chinachatti, and it is the belief that the word Chin could be come from the China. The fertile land and climate are the suited to growing rice, and the majority of the people here eat rice, fish, and vegetables. While Kerala and Ladakh are quite different in terms of their geographical features, the history of both of the region has seen similar cultural influences. Both regions were influenced by the Chinese Arab traders. It is also the geography and the Kerala which allowed for the cultivation of spices, especially the geographical location of Ladakh and its wool that drew traders to this region. Thus, history and geography are often tied to culture and life of a region. The influence of diverse culture is not merely a thing of the past. Our present lives are all about the moving from place to place for work, and with each move, our culture, tradition, and way of life slowly become part of the new places we are in. Similarly, in our own neighborhoods, we live close to the people from the several communities. Our daily lives are about the way in which we do things together, and here is the stories about each other's lives, customs, and tradition. Unity in diversity. India's diversity has always been recognized as a source of its strength. When the British ruled in India, women and men are from different culture, religions, and regional background come together to oppose them. India's freedom movement had thousands of people, different background in it. They worked together to decide the joint action. They went to jail and together, and they found different ways to oppose the British. Interestingly, the British, though they could divided Indians because they were so different, and them they continue to rule of them. But the people showed how they could different and yet be united in their battle against the British. Don't forget the days of blood, oh friends. In the mindset of our happiness, remember to shed a tear for us. The hunter has torn away every single flower. Do plant a flower in the desert garden, dear friends. Having fallen to bullets, we slept in Jallianwala Bagh. Do light a lamp on the lonely grave, oh friends. The blood of Hindu and Muslim flows together today. Do soak your robe in this river of blood, dear friends. Some rot in the jail while others lie in their graves. Do shed a few tears for them, oh friends. Indian People Theatre Association. This song was sung after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in Amritsar, in which British general opened fire on the large group of unarmed, peaceful people, killing many and wounding even more. Men and women, Hindu and Sikh and Muslim, rich and poor, had gathered to protect against the British. This song was composed and sung to honor the memory of those brave people. Songs and symbols that emerged during the freedom struggle served as a constant reminder of our country, rich tradition of respect, of diversity. Do you know the story of our Indian flag? It was used as a symbol of protest against British by people everywhere. In this book, The Discovery of India, Jawaharlal Nehru says that Indian unity is not something imposed from the outside, but rather it was something deeper and within its fold. The widest tolerance of the belief and custom was practiced, and every variety of acknowledged and even encouraged. It was Nehru who coined the perhaps unity in diversity to describe the country. India's national anthem, composed by Rabindranath Tagore, is another expression of the unity of India. In what way does the national anthem describe this unity? Question: draw up a list of the different festivals celebrated in your locality. Which of these celebrations are shared by the members of the different regional and religious communities? Answer: the different festivals celebrated in our locality are: 1. New Year's Day, January 1; Diwali, October November; Christmas, December 25; Holi, March; Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr, that's vary; Navaratri and Durga Puja, September October; Independence Day, 15 August. Festivals shared by different regional and religious communities. New Year Day celebrated globally regardless of region or religion. Diwali, while Hindu festival, it's celebrated by Jain, Sikh and many non-Hindus as well. Christmas, so the Christian holiday, it's widely celebrated by the people of various faith and secular communities. Holi, mainly the Hindu festival but enjoyed by the people of the many religion in area with significant Indian population. Eid ul-Fitr, while primarily an Islamic holiday, it is often celebrated and acknowledged by people of other faiths in diverse communities. This festival fostered a community spirit and understanding among the different culture and religions. Question number 2: what do you think living in India with its rich heritage of diversity adds to your life? Answer: living in India with the rich heritage of diversity adds a multitude of enriching the experience to life. The exposure to various culture, language, religion, tradition foster a deep sense of tolerance, understanding, and appreciation for differences. It encourages the mindedness and adaptability. As you navigated the respect, the varied customs and practice, the variant festival, diverse cohesions and the historical reaches provide a unique blend, the past and present, enhancing one of the culture and social prospects. Overall, it is cultivated a sense of belonging to global community while staying rooted in the rich cultural heritage. Question number 3: do you think the terms unity in diversity is an appropriate term to describe India? What do you think Nehru is trying to say out India unity in the sentence the quoted above from his book The Discovery of India? Answer: yes, the terms of unity in diversity is an appropriate description of India. It is capture these agents of India's ability to maintain a unified national identity despite its vast cultural, linguistic, religious and regional differences. This perhaps reflects how the various groups of the coexist peacefully and contributed to the country's overall fabric and celebrating both their unique identities and shared values. In The Discovery of India, Jawaharlal Nehru emphasizes the idea that despite the India's extensive diversity, there is a profound underlying unity that binds its people together. Nehru's assertion highlighted the strength and resilience of India's national identity, which has evolved over the country's centuries through the mutual respect, cultural exchange, and the collective sense of belonging. He underscored that this unity is not about the homogenizing differences, but about the embracing them to create a harmonious and inclusive society. Underline the line in the poem of the song after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, which according to you reflects the Indian essential unity. The line that reflects the Indian essential unity is: the blood of Hindus and Muslims flows together today. This line understands the shared suffering and solidarity between different religious communities in India, highlighting their unity in their face of oppression and tragedy. Question number 5. Choose the another region in India and do a similar study of historical and geographical factors that influence the diversity found there. Are these historical and geographical factors connected to each other? How? Let's consider the region of Punjab in North India for similar study of the historical geographical factors that influence its diversity. Geographical factors. Location. Terrain. Punjab is situated in the northwestern part of India and sharing the border with Pakistan. The region is characterized by its fertile plain, primarily due to the 5 rivers Bias, Ravi, Sutlej, Chenab, Jhelum that flows through it. The fertile land has made Punjab an agricultural hub, often referred to as an granary of India. Climate. Punjab experiences a continental climate with a host of summer, cold winter and monsoon season. The diverse climate supports the various crops including wheat, rice, sugarcane and cotton. Historical factors. Ancient and medieval history. Punjab has a rich ancient history, being a part of the Indus Valley civilization. It was also the major center of during the Vedic period of the Maurya Empire and Gupta Empire. The region witnessed the numerous invasion and migration including those by Greek, Scythians, Huns and Turks. Sikhism. The birth of Sikhism in the 15th century by Guru Nanak Dev Ji significantly influences the cultural and religious landscape of Punjab. Sikhism promoted the values of equality, justice and community service, which have shaped the social fabric of the region. Colonial period. During the British colonial period, Punjab was a major site of resistance and uprising such as the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. The region played a pivotal role in the freedom of the struggle, contributing to many leaders and activities. Partition of India. The partition of India in 1947 had a profound impact on Punjab, leading to significant demographic shift due to the migration of Hindus and Sikhs from the Pakistan and Muslim to Pakistan. These events fosters the spirit of resilience and communal harmony in rebuilding the community. Connection between historical and geographical factors. As geographical invasions, the fertile plains of Punjab attracted the various invaders and settlers throughout the history, leading to the melting the pot of culture, tradition, and practices. This rich agricultural base supported the large population and diverse communities. Trade and cultural exchange. Punjab studies its location along the trade routes, facilitated the cultural exchange and the bleeding different customs, languages, and religions. Religious and social movement. The geographical centrality and prosperity of Punjab provided a fertile ground for the emergence of spread of Sikhism, which promoted a unique culture, identity, and social cohesion amidst of diversity. Partition and resilience. The historical events of partition, influenced by geographical proximity to the new border with the Pakistan, brought about the demographic changes that further enrich the cultural diversity and foster a spirit of resilience and unity. In conclusion, the historical and geographical factors of Punjab are deeply intertwined, each influencing the region's diversity. The fertile land attracted the various civilizations. The strategic location facilitated the cultural exchange, and the historical event of the shape the social religious landscape, all the contributing to the rich tapestry of diversity found in Punjab. Thank you for watching. Do like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.